character on Star Trek Next Generation? The guy with the visor.
Oh, the black guy.
Yes! Yes!
And welcome
that's
to
him.
Peeves and Cues.
Played by the Reading Rainbow guy.
No, there's another black guy, but he's playing a Klingon. Michael Dorn.
Technically, there was a black woman first.
Well, that was
Well, yeah,
original.
we're talking about Next Generation.
All right.
There's always one.
This is the next generation of Peeves and Cues since it's season 2. Hi, you guys, and welcome to Peeves and Cues. I'm your humble host, Mr. Red. Shut up, you. That was the Quaff Man.
What am I doing here?
We also have the Clever Girl
Hi.
and our one-time guest.
Hi.
Yeah. So this is a show, not so weekly show that we do that that where we ask each other questions and talk about what's annoying us each and every week. Guys, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We took a sabbatical.
Who
Guys,
wants?
it's the second season.
It's the second
Finally.
season.
We were on hiatus.
Maybe. We can't promise that. Actually, does somebody want to tell the story?
Our writers went on strike.
That's not what
Basically,
happened. That's
our
not the
recorder went on strike.
Yeah, it seems like that way. So the first time we got together to record this
Premiere.
very episode was like a month ago.
No,
More
2
than that.
months
2
ago.
months ago.
You hadn't even moved in yet.
That's right. And this, because this was the night that I broke the table. I remember.
Right.
Sure was. Yep, Connor remembers. And so we recorded an episode. It was awesome. It was super funny. We all loved it. And
I wasn't a big fan.
I thought it was good.
You know what? You can shut up.
Okay.
So what happened was the episode went longer than our usual episodes do,
Yeah,
and my
super
memory
long.
card got full. And I didn't bring my laptop that day, which I always do. For some reason, I just didn't. And so I gave it to Connor, since he had his laptop. And we plugged...
I didn't want to do this because I knew it would happen.
He knew. He tried to warn us all, but we didn't listen. So we moved the episode that we had onto his computer.
The first half.
And then we deleted it from my recorder so that we could do the rest of the episode, which was only like 20 minutes long. Or whatever.
Oh, I thought it was like half and half, but oh.
No,
And then-
no. It was 2 hours, and then the other one was like half an hour.
Yeah. And so we did the rest of it, and it was awesome still. And then a couple days later, I was like, Connor, I'd like those files.
No, like 2.5 weeks later. It was a long time.
Okay. It was
It was long enough for me to have looked at my computer and gone, oh, we've totally moved those files and deleted them.
And we checked everything. We checked email, we checked Facebook, we checked Dropbox.
Google Drive. We checked Google
Yeah.
fucking Drive.
We did, and that file was
Gone.
nowhere to be found.
Gone.
And he had deleted it off his computer. You remember doing that and emptied his...
Yeah, I remember doing it, yeah.
So that episode was gone, and we were like, well, it was the season 2 premiere, so that's fine. We could just... It's not like we lost an episode. We can just redo it.
But it was
redo
a
another one.
phenomenal episode.
Oh, it was
because
so
we
good.
talked about some deep stuff and some
Yeah.
good
And
stuff.
I wasn't here.
Yes, you were.
Yes,
you were.
Oh, no. 'Cause,
Yes.
Yes, you were.
That was the day my car broke down,
No.
wasn't it?
No, that was the finale of season 1. That's people
Oh, yeah,
remember.
yeah,
You
yeah.
showed up halfway through that one.
We had a super special guest that day.
Sorry, guys. I drink and I forget things. I'm kidding. I
Then-
don't drink.
Then we were like, all right, let's do this again. We'll sit down, we'll record the episode, it'll be super funny. Connor told one of the best stories
story.
that we can't
Yep.
tell yet, because it's also fresh in our minds that we're going to wait a while so that we can
Oh,
get that
so
story
we can
told,
get that
so that
reaction.
the reaction will be, because if you
I'm
told it
already-
now, we're
I'm
like,
How about this?
I'm so sad
I will
we
pick
just
an
ate.
episode number,
yeah.
Yes.
just like randomly, and I'm just going to tell the story.
Great.
You
Yes.
guys won't know when I'm going to tell it.
Yes.
That sounds good.
But not
Absolutely.
today.
Not today, not this one. So it was amazing. We did a great episode, and then the battery started to go dead. I think that's what happened, and so I was like, "Oh, I'll take it into my computer," because I brought I had moved in at that point, so my computer is always here. I walked over to my computer, plugged the thing in, and the episode was bone silent the entire time.
Bones make a lot of noise, Alex.
Not when they're lying
Crunch.
there dead. That wasn't loud enough to pick up. You have to hit them louder. Ow! Jeez, alright. So, what happened was we had set up the recorder to record with an external microphone that was connected, and then we didn't change it back. And so, that's a problem.
So we're here. We're
so
back.
now we're here. And
Third time's a charm.
Third time's the charm. We'll see if you guys actually can hear this. It could all be for complete naught. How have you guys been in the 2 or 3 months since the last episode?
Good. Summer happened, and
Yeah.
it was a fucking hot one.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I got a dog.
You did?
What?
Yeah.
Girl.
Wait, I haven't told you guys yet.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Oh yeah, I have a dog.
What
Boy or
kind of
girl?
dog is it?
It's a little puppy husky.
Huh?
His name's Cooper. He's adorable, but he's kind of a dick.
I'm in love with that
Well,
dog.
puppies are.
I want him to come over.
Yeah.
Can they visit? Can dogs visit?
Yes, because they don't live
We
here.
can make a trip to Cooper.
I was gonna say, yeah, we can do an episode at my house one day, but I don't want to bring him
He'll
here
be a
'cause
special
he
guest.
will
Make him bark.
piss on the floor.
Yeah.
That's what puppies do. Aw,
Yeah.
cute.
Very cute.
Until he bites you, then he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he will do it a lot.
That's nice.
It's because he's got to lose those puppy teeth.
And he has actually learned how to hook with both arms onto you and not let go. And it's
So is this specifically your dog?
it is my parents' dog, but
Okay.
I am training it, so they don't know that I'm taking it yet, but I am.
Oh, yep. Smooth.
So, one thing that's happened since I think since the last
I'm doing
time,
all right too. Thanks.
Who cares? Literally, who?
You went on vacation.
I just went on vacation.
Was it fun?
It was a staycation. It was great. I slept a
Staycation.
lot.
Yeah, that's the best. That is
Yeah,
how you
that's
do
perfect.
a vacation.
Though
You
I
relax.
will say, going to the South is like becoming an ant under a magnifying glass.
I bet.
Because-
Especially during the summer.
Because it's not much hotter in that region than it is here, but for some reason you get out of the vehicle and the sun is beaming down on you and it feels like it's burning your skin off.
I think it's because it's not as humid down there.
Oh,
It's
it
'cause
was
it's closer
it was
to
at
the
like
equator.
Was it-
98%
Oh,
humidity.
really?
It
So
was
it was more. So it
terrible.
just stuck to you.
I think it's because you're white. Very white.
I'm white.
and higher altitude.
Oh, that does it. Yeah.
But mainly because I
You're
am
porcelain,
white.
yeah.
Yes, I am in fact a ghost.
Well, not anymore. Now you've been to the South.
Jody's watching Game of Thrones. Woo! That's what's happening. I think.
Peeves and Q's reacts.
Yeah. Whoa! So,
Which I about quit the other.
oh yeah, she got. For those in the know,
Spoilers.
Season 3, episode 9. It's a devastating episode for a great many people, and she was like, "I don't know that I want to watch this show anymore."
I literally called it a couple of weeks before I said, if either of one of these characters that I named,
Yes.
if they die, I'm out. I'm not watching this anymore.
Right, and then I was like, "Oh, great! You only got like 4 episodes left until you stop watching the show. So let's make them count." And then so she decided to continue, which I'm super proud and honored. So we're now we've begun season 4. We're a little bit into that, so it's a good show. It's a good show.
I know, finally getting on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll ever do Walking Dead, though. It's
No.
just...
it's hard for me too. There's only like so many. There's only a little bit of good Walking Dead. It's mostly
Maybe if they didn't really fuck up that first episode, maybe I would have watched more of
yeah,
it.
that's
but-
a real boring episode.
Oh.
So that's what's up.
Of Walking Dead or Fear Walking Dead?
No,
Who would ever
Walking
want to
Dead.
watch Fear the Walking Dead? Why would anyone hate
Well,
themselves that much?
People on the West Coast.
True.
No. Anyway, so
Whoa. That was intense.
that's The Walking Dead. And Game of Thrones. That's how we've been. Do we want to move on to our next segment?
What is our next segment?
Peeves, yo. It's in the name.
What's a
Peeves,
peeve?
yo.
What's a peeve?
Yo,
You've been
Mr. Peeves.
Yo.
Thank
Yo,
you.
Mr. Peeves. Who wants to go first with their peeves?
I will.
Okay.
Usually my peeves are phoned in random improv because I don't get mad about things that I can talk about on a podcast.
Yeah.
Things that make me mad are controversial. But this time I actually have one.
Uh-oh.
So I was at work Saturday. Now I'm opening the grill because our grill opener had been in a car accident. She needed a day off to recover. So I'm opening the grill, and our maintenance guy comes in. And I have my headphones in, so I'm not really paying attention. He comes in, there's the opening manager, there's me opening the grill, and we're just doing our thing. Well, about 5 o'clock rolls around, and I'm doing paperwork, and my manager comes up to me, and he says, "Oh, just so you know, when Greg was here, he quit. So, you're doing maintenance today, too." I was like, "Oh, cool." Now, this is a person who is given 35 to 40 hours a week, was given a special position of weekend maintenance. You know, someone who had a good spot. He had my old spot. And I moved up to management, so clearly it means something. But he left because he felt he wasn't respected enough. Because when he had 9 write-ups for being late, and they told him the next one would get him fired, he thought he wasn't getting respected. even though 9 is like double what would get you fired.
Yeah.
So he just left. No 2 weeks notice, no sticking around to help out that day, just bye. And so my peeve is motherfuckers who don't put in a 2 week notice.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Would you feel as irritated by this if you, say, had been on vacation and this happened and you came back and heard about it? Or do you feel this way because you were
right there,
kind of in the middle of it,
there.
and you were, like, his responsibilities were put on you in that moment? Like, not that I'm trying to
Right, no.
diminish, like, the peeve. It's just,
To
I'm
be
curious.
fair, in certain circumstances, yes. If it doesn't affect me, it's not my problem. I probably
Sure.
don't care. In this store, I'm kind of the when shit goes wrong, tell me guy.
Sure, okay.
So it would have been my problem no matter what.
Okay.
But yeah, if it wasn't my problem, I'd be like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, motherfuckers don't put in 2 weeks notice.
Man, we should go cut that guy.
I wouldn't.
Let's go find him. Where does he live?
I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out. Connor, how about you?
So, my peeve this week, I'm going to be looked at strangely. My peeve is that I don't have a peeve. I'm really upset that I don't have a peeve. Life is good, guys.
Wow, yeah.
Life is good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Life is really, really good.
Cool.
Good.
Feel good.
Really, really good. So, in turn of a peeve this week, you should give a positive thought of the week.
Positive thought of the week.
Yeah, what's good?
I've been meaning.
I don't know if this will be, like, too inside, but, like,
Inside baseball.
yeah, kind of. Maybe a little bit. But, like, I'm super excited
Did you
to
just
get
make
back
a sports
to get
reference?
Yes.
Inside baseball.
Inside baseball.
All right.
Yeah. Go sports.
There's
Anyway.
inside soccer. Why'd you pick baseball?
That's what people say.
And also, I like baseball a lot. Yeah, this might be a little insighty, but I'm really looking forward to getting back to work in a specific class that in our program you have if you're in the same track that I'm on, you have to take 3 times, and it's only offered once every fall, so it's my final time in this class, and I'm super excited to take it. Our special guest is in it this time, and I'm super excited. Hopefully I get a chance to work with him.
Hopefully.
And I'm actually counting down the days until like our first day of class.
Doesn't this
1
seem
week.
like
1
the-
week
Today?
And then a day for
and a
that
day
class.
and a day, a week and a day.
Doesn't this seem like the longest summer? I feel like
Yes.
schools should have
At
started
points.
like
Yep.
That's the thing. Like when it first started, I wasn't doing a whole lot, and so it was like, oh my god, day after day of nothing. And then I started doing a show. It was like, oh, that's but it's slowing down a little bit. But now that I have something to look forward to, it's kind of chugging.
My classes start in 1 month, and I still have an entire month to go until classes start. And when we started this podcast, it was summertime. It feels like I've just been in summertime forever, which is great because no homework. But I also just want to be done with college, and I want to do the next thing that gets me done with college. It's just not happening right now.
Yep. So that's my peeve. Not having a peeve.
Cool.
Like I'm really irritated.
Yeah, I have a similar sentiment where I'm also like in a really good place. So my peeve isn't so much like
I've never seen you happier.
yeah.
Like never.
Yeah. So I'm angry with myself with how happy I am. So that's my peeve. No, mine's going to be simple. It's when I go into work every morning, everybody has to say hi to me. Especially like people that are together in a group. It's like if one person says hi and I say, hey, how's it going? And then everyone can just like say good or blah, blah, blah or whatever. But
Or do the like, oh, someone in a group said something, so all you have to do is like raise your hand and acknowledge. You know, that's like hi, bye,
or
like, arm raise.
nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because I would rather me, and I know this is just me, but like walk into work and sit down at my desk and not have to talk to anybody, especially in the morning because I'm just not a morning person.
I'm that way too some days. I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh, God.
But it's like just you'll have people be like, oh hey, how's it going? Good. We're not having a conversation right now. I just got into work. I'm gonna go clock in and then start my job that I'm in. I'm not gonna talk to you. But people are like, hey, how are you? How was your weekend? Or which I guess weekends make sense, but like just what'd you do last night or whatever.
But if it's not, hey, how was your weekend? It's, oh, what are you gonna do this weekend? Like that's what it's constantly like. That trip throughout the week is seriously like, how was your weekend? Oh, what are you doing tonight? What's going on this week? Blah 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 blah. And then nearer as Friday approaches, what are you gonna do this weekend? Especially now that we're approaching on a holiday weekend.
Yeah,
it's all anybody can ask me, and I'm literally like, how many times do I have to repeat myself at my job?
It's like, can I just get a T-shirt printed that just says, "This was my weekend. This is how I feel right now. Goodbye."
You would have a lot of T-shirts.
It wouldn't be
Or you
informative.
Right, or I'd just be like, don't talk to me.
Just be like, fuck off.
I feel neutral right now. Leave me alone, and that's what I can say to people. So that's my peeve. It's just the constant barrage in the morning of like, hi, good morning, how's it going? And I'm like, and it always feels like really scripted. And I'm like,
is.
Hi, how are you this morning?
So much is.
And it's like, what even ever?
Because
like, just ignore me.
It's it's always like, hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Good.
Yes.
And like I'm literally walking away as I say good at this point.
You know what it feels like? It feels like when you're in a foreign language class and you have to like do the bass
bonjour.
right now. It's like, hello, how are you? I am well. Okay, goodbye. I'll see you later and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like bonjour.
Je suis sur la soupe. Yeah.
So that's my peeve. That's my peeve.
Nice.
Go.
Well, you kind of spurred mine. I had a loser one, and I always switch it at the last minute. But it's a peeve that doesn't happen too often, but it does happen enough in my life that I stick to it. It's when people say chew instead of you.
Yeah, I don't get this. You said this to me like the other day.
Because it's not chew. Chew's a completely different word. It's you. Like, what's up, chew guys? Like, or.
Yeah.
What you doing?
What you doing? Yeah.
I thought on that. So, and Connor has had the same thing, but we take a class about dialect and accents and all that stuff. And we talk about the vocal anatomy and how the way your mouth moves creates sound.
Yeah.
Right.
The ch and the y. Those aren't even fucking close.
No.
That's a conscious wrong choice.
I just hate when people, especially when they sing it.
No. Okay, sing.
'Cause
What you doing?
Yeah.
I get it though. Like I get it myself because when you say it's usually preceded by a word that ends with a T sound. So the T going into a Y.
It's just laziness.
To you, it sounds
Right.
similar to chew, and that's just it's laziness. But it's also why we say, "What are you doing?" instead of doing. Because if I say, "How are you guys doing this weekend?" like that just sounds foreign and alien to my voice. Like I can't pronounce the ing.
I just
have to
wonder
say
if people
N.
outside of our region say chew as much as I hear it.
Well, if we lived in Brooklyn, it's all you would hear.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, does like the South say chew?
Probably not. From my understanding,
Does the West Coast say chew?
Not in the neck of the woods that I was in.
I would say, from my understanding, the Midwest and the Northeast are fast talkers.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of our speech imperfections come from.
We're all about
because
Jesse
we're talking too
Eisenberg.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jesse Eisenberg can differentiate chew and you.
Yeah, he's good at talking really fast and also enunciating.
It's called
You know who's really good at it?
diction. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Man can talk fast.
Yeah, but he's English. That doesn't count. They just talk fast in England. Have you ever seen any TV shows from England? Obviously,
No.
you have
Have you
because you
seen
just mentioned.
Any of the Who's?
They say the same thing
The
about
doctors,
us,
rather.
though.
Whoa.
They say that we talk fast?
Maybe it's just some people talk
It's
fast and other people talk slow.
Or it's just like a dialect thing. You're not used to hearing the dialect,
And they just
then
can't, you can't believe that they would say
exactly.
it that fast. Okay.
Cool. So that's Peeves, you guys.
chew, guys.
Chew. That's Peeves with Chew. We're done with chat. No.
That being said, I will say, like what you up
What
to?
ya doing?
No, but not saying what you up to. That sounds, but like making the choice to say like what ya.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What you up to?
What you doing?
Yeah.
What you do?
I'm gonna change my peeve to Connor using the phrase "that being said" because I feel like you don't use that phrase the way everybody else uses that phrase,
All right, fine.
which is when most people are like, "I feel this way." That being said, I also kind of feel this other way. I know it's contradictory, blah blah blah, but you use it in a way where it's like Jordan will have an opinion, and then you will be like, "That being said, I have a different opinion from you," and it's like. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Shut up.
It can be used both ways.
It can be, but should it?
It's by usual.
Yes.
That being said, I
That's-
think we should move on to
that's
questions.
nice. That being said, let's move on to questions. Who wants to go first?
Well, let's start with our
right.
one-time guest.
Our one-time guest. He should go first.
So yeah, my question this week is: what is a time where you said something that, when looking back, you realized you were full of shit?
Oh. Yeah.
Looking back or knowing at the time you were full of shit.
Looking back, specifically.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what's yours?
So, when I was in high school, I was a headstrong individual. I have charisma about me, and that was very radiant in high school because I was at my confidence peak. So, I often voiced my opinion. Well, it was either world history or civics, and I had a conversation that I shouldn't have had with a teacher because they're a teacher, blah, 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 about political alignment and political beliefs. And so I stated mine, and they asked me if I was a libertarian. Not knowing what that really was, I was like, well, I stated these beliefs, and she thinks I'm a libertarian, so yeah, I must be. Yes, I'm a libertarian. There we go. Which I'm not at all. And then, of course, in high school, I always considered myself a liberal, which I also am not. I'm a moderate. But yeah, I had no idea what political leanings were until I got older, and now looking back, I'm like, wow, not even close. Way off.
Yeah. Is that
That's
the end?
really funny.
The end.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I must be. She thought I was.
Yeah, I mean, she was a teacher. She was smart.
The logic is sound. Like, I say these things, they attribute this, so that must be how that thing is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is less about me having discovered I was so out of my depth or like being wrong. Mine is about how I behaved and my attitude in how I reacted to a situation. Now I would probably just sit there and stew in my own sort of like, I don't know, discomfort and rage. But in high school there was a sub, and I always hated when we had this sub. She always subbed in English. She was an older lady. She was nice. Like, she was nice. Yeah. But she would say the dumbest things. And in high school, I thought, I'm a smart individual. And I had this inferiority complex, so I was like, other people need to know I am smart too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So she said one time in class, this was in an AP class, and we were talking about something having to do with government and politics, something. And she said, yeah, America is great because it is the first ever known government system to use democracy. America invented democracy.
Wow, what an achievement, America.
I don't know how you could raise your hand like a smartass, but I raised my hand like a smartass.
I can see
It's
you.
like-
It's this.
Yeah, it's the finger. Excuse me.
I can see Connor doing it where like one hand comes down and the other one goes up as you're rolling.
That is exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes,
That is
that's how Connor does it.
It was that and an eye roll and a oh god.
It's like I have to show that you're
Be
wrong.
like,
Like, I have
man,
to-
can I just have one moment of peace?
Right.
Let me teach you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
And yes. And she's like, oh yes, you have something to say about that? I said, what happened to Rome? Like, that's all I said, and that's how I said it. I look back and I'm horrified at how I had she looked at me like she was gonna kill me. She looked like had she had a knife in her back pocket, it would have been in my neck. Had it been in any other class, I probably would have been sent to the office.
Sure.
And I look back, and that is something that and I'm sure this is going to go along with exactly what you meant. But looking back, I'm embarrassed for myself and that situation. Like, oh my god, if I could go back and just not say anything, and
Your go-to for democracy was Rome?
yeah,
Not Athens?
no.
Alright, fair enough.
Who cares? It was before America. That's
Yeah.
the point he was
The
making.
French had the idea of democracy before America.
Yeah.
Pre-America.
Yeah, so that's fine.
What was the question? Like specifically?
So, something that you look back on and you were so full of shit and you know it.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't want to get into too many details about this, and I don't have a specific moment of me saying a thing. But when I was younger, I just kind of listened to my parents really strictly in the sense of what their political and religious beliefs were. I just assumed that was the way of it. And so growing up, I was my father is super Republican, and not just he's Republican, he's conservative. And
Rush Limbaugh has some great ideas.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know how I feel about Rush Limbaugh.
everybody else at this table
Yeah.
went ooh, and Alex is just I mean, sure, maybe.
He's my dad. I don't know him that well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I I try not to talk about this type of stuff
Sure.
with him,
Absolutely.
because I just don't agree with
Sure.
a lot of what he thinks. Because like I wouldn't say that I subscribe to any like political ideals. Probably libertarianism is the closest, but you guys will probably be like, well, libertarianism comes with all these notions that you have to subscribe to in order. No, I just think everything should just be whatever. Like nobody should rule.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, and also like religious ideas, like people shouldn't be free to do whatever they want. And as a member of the LGBT community now, that's just obviously not something that I go with at all. I'm very much
Sure.
like everyone free to do whatever they want. So it's not like specific like.
There is a moment, but
Yeah, and there wasn't
Right.
something that I stood up and said where I was
Sure.
like, I should not have said that thing. It was just like, wow, I really was like this, and I realize
are
now I
not like
should
that.
not have been like that at all. Like I've completely done a 180 on everything that I believed when I was younger. So it's probably that for me.
All right, I'm going to bring it back down to a fun level.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes to mind is me back in middle school when I used to ask out boys. Now, do you remember the rules of middle school and how, you literally ask someone do you want to go out, and that means your boyfriend and girlfriend.
I'm
Yes.
curious. So is that why you use because you use the air quotes, and I don't know if anyone heard the air quotes.
I heard them ask.
No, right, I did. But no, my question is
Yeah.
when you use air quotes, is it because ask someone out, or
Yeah, because you don't go anywhere.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You ask
Yeah.
them to be your boyfriend, girlfriend.
You say, will you go
Yeah.
out with me? And then
And
it's
then
like
they
you
say-
stay in the school hanging out. And
Yeah,
holding
that's
hands.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
and of course this is an antiquated phrase, but it's more would you like to go steady?
Yeah,
Right, but-
it's the same idea.
Right, it's- yeah.
You just use different words.
Yeah.
Right, sure.
But I used to do it to basically complete strangers. You have somebody in your class, and
Talking
you
high school?
Middle school.
middle
Oh,
school.
okay,
I'm
good.
talking
I was like,
middle
Jody,
school.
no.
Middle school.
Jody, no.
Middle school. You don't know this person, but every time they say something in class, you're like, oh my god, he's
Yep.
so cute, and blah, 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 and we have the same class, and he totally knows who I am because he is my friend on Facebook, or MySpace, rather, of what we had.
Zanga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to literally slip them a note one day and be like,
Oh.
"Hi, my name is Jody.
Yes!
Will you
Oh
go
my
out
God,
with me?"
yes.
And I just
I
think
did that.
back,
Yeah.
think back and be like, how creepy if I was ever on the other end of that, some random guy
Yeah.
just sliding me a piece
So
of paper.
that happened to me
Yeah.
once.
Really?
Did I ever tell you about this?
No.
So there was a girl. I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. I should, but I literally got a note. It was handed up the aisle, and it's this is for you, and it said, Alex. I can't remember the wording. It was a long time ago. It was would you go? It was would you
You
go
are
out
so
with me?
groovy.
It was, this was not the 70s. This is not Freaks and Geeks rules. And they said it was just would you want to go out with me? Yes or no? And I was like,
They even had the
and
yes or no.
I
have a
did
yes or no.
check,
Yeah,
check,
exactly.
check yes. or
Oh
no.
my god!
at the time, I knew who this person was, and I was like, I do not like this person just because they were really unattractive, and that was.
Wait, what grade was this?
This was in middle school. It was
Okay, well, everybody's hideous in middle school.
yeah. Well,
Even when they're quote unquote pretty, they're still ugly.
Right.
So.
so I told my parents, and I was like, what do I do? And my dad was all like, do it, go for it. And I was like,
You're a
but I don't-
conservative dad.
Yeah, but I was
He's just sitting there. Don't be gay. Do this. Yes.
Right, yeah, it was a girl, and
Oh my god!
and it was just awkward. I don't want to take from
No,
you.
no. That's all I had.
I just ignored it. I threw the thing away, and I was like, I really
You jerk.
Yeah, I did. I
Oh,
was
at
just
least at least the boy handed me mine back.
Oh.
What was so confusing is he checked no, but then he drew a sad face, and I'm like, if you were sad about it, why didn't you say yes? But that whole concept of literally asking a complete stranger to
Yeah.
be your boyfriend is so mortifying.
We're not even knowing what actually that
You like
means.
about them, or
No,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
not even just that, but I remember in middle school, I don't think I ever did a note, but I did do it face to face. Which my
Ooh,
god!
that's that's
God.
killer. I didn't do that till high school, and it still
my
was
God.
with a complete
And it was
stranger.
it was mortifying.
Yeah.
But even even still, you don't understand at that age. And I don't even know if in high school people really understand what it means to be in a relationship. And of course, in high school, it's a little more. And I think everyone or most people go into with a sense of like, we just like each other and we're just hanging out.
Yeah, we like being around each other.
And, whatever. There's attraction.
I don't know how it was with girls, or even if it was true for other guys, but for me, as a guy, it was any girl that wasn't repulsed by me, I had the biggest crush on.
I'm completely convinced that is how Alex and I started dating. Completely convinced.
I was over it by then, by the time I met you.
I don't think that.
Can I tell a story?
Yes, please.
About
are you going to mention the K word?
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no.
Oh, okay.
No, what's the K word?
You know the K word.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, okay.
Catholics.
Well, now they know who she is.
Several things wrong.
Is that a K?
No, this is when we were doing
I can't wait to hear
Greece.
this story.
We were in Greece.
Okay, yeah. Greece.
All right.
What were you in Greece?
I was Kaneki.
What were you in Greece?
You were
one of the Greek
Sunny.
He
You
sang
were,
Mooney.
you were Sunny.
Sunny, yeah.
Sunny,
He
yeah.
sang Mooning.
Oh my god, yes.
I spend my days... Copyright infringement. Go. Tell the story.
Yeah, and there was this, and I'm not going to say her name, but there was this girl that she was in the kind of the same like circle as all of us, because I mean all theater people, but even within that,
Yes,
right?
within
that, there were circles.
So excited to hear the story.
And
I told
we were friends, and like something had happened with me, and I'm not going to go into that. Something happened with me at that point that was not high school drama, but like someone else was being like super like shitty, and I needed to talk to somebody, so I talked to her about it, and I like really opened up to her, and then at the end of that, she asked me out.
Yeah.
At the end of that, and this was the action, like
will you go out with me?
yeah, I'm just like, what? All right, no, and I was actually like offended. I was like, I just totally opened up to you,
and you.
But I didn't say that. I was very polite. I was like, no, I only see you as a friend. That's why I opened up to you right now. I just need a friend. And she was very hurt, like crying. Like
she saw this as her opening. She was like, yes.
And I'm just like, oh my god. And now I'm apologizing.
First,
right?
Yeah.
Now.
Yep.
So now she does it again. So now will you go out with me?
So this is right before our second show. This is a day where we did 2 shows.
Yes.
Not 20 minutes later, we're almost at Places. And she, in that 20 minutes, has asked out Alex.
Yeah.
I would have killed this bitch if I knew her.
Oh, wow.
And they were like were you guys ever dating? Was that like
we
a thing?
went on a date?
Oh, this is the one date girl, and then she was like,
this was the one that lasted for a week. The one date girl was like at the beginning of high school.
But they were like holding hands and everything. I'm just like, what bizarro world am I living in? And I walked, so like they're there. I walked by, and I'm just like I'm laughing, and she's looking at me like.
See, I could.
And I'm just like, I don't.
Somebody.
I'm like, man, I don't care. I think this is hilarious.
And I don't like think of that as bad or anything. It's embarrassing, but
right? Yeah, sure.
That wasn't even like me, because who I was when I was like at that age, I was just like, I did not really have a personality. I was just like this. I was a name and a body. And so
that's what she saw, for sure.
Exactly. And so I don't even think back like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or because it's like I was.
Do I know this person?
No,
probably not. I would doubt it.
We'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, off the podcast.
I'll have to cut her.
I remember like all of this, and I actually had like a classic movie moment before, because this was I had like a stupid baby camera out, and I was like just shooting stuff.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And like you two, like you and this girl went like down the hall, and I like followed you like with the camera.
I remember. I was there,
and I can't remember who it was. I think it was her that was just like stop doing that. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back, and then I watched the movie Cloverfield, where that literal scene happens, where it's like the guy with the camera just follows the couple that are fighting, and they're like, don't film this. And they're like, what's happening? What's going on? So I had like that moment, and then it like came back around right back to me. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
So that was to go off of your answer to your question.
So we're done with that answer. Now
Woo.
It's
question
my
time.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang.
Wow.
We need to make like
Dang.
a chart or something
Right.
for this podcast.
Well, that was just such a good
This
tangent.
episode needs to come with like animation.
Right. So it's like
No, who's talking?
And
Jordan's
chart, and
question,
chart.
Jody's answer, Connor's story.
Right.
Bam.
Involving
It's like
Alex.
three layers.
Yeah.
Involving Alex. It's like Inception.
Full circle, yeah.
Right. So my question, it's not super heady. It's just supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
So this is all of comic history.
Oh.
Like
Comics.
whatever.
Comics.
Not who do you think you are. Who would you want to be? And I know what yours is gonna be.
I don't think you do.
I mean, oh, okay, cool.
I want you to tell me once you answer yours.
I'm super excited. Not who you think you are, but who, like, out of all comic history, cross DC, Marvel lines, whatever. What character do you want to be the most?
And yours.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I think everyone would assume. So I'll say with like what I assume you guys would think I would go
Okay,
with.
sure.
So Superman.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty clear at this point. That's pretty much like my superhero.
Connor, do you like Superman?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do. I think
Okay.
I do.
I wasn't sure.
Do you doodle the Superman symbol whenever you're bored?
I do. I really do.
Am I literally sitting in front of a bookshelf full of like
Superman.
theories and
What-
essays about Superman? and stuff?
Did I see a Superman one-off in a comic shop and think I have to get this for Connor? It's not even a question.
Am I staring at a Superman vinyl pop?
Did you write the most elegant Superman fan fiction?
Did I?
Don't call it fan fiction.
Did I buy you a 50th anniversary of
Yes,
Superman
you
cup?
did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did you legally change your name to Clark Kent?
No.
that one didn't happen.
that one did not happen.
Which one's the lie? It's up to you to find out. Anyway, tell you.
No.
Just to go on.
Nightwing. Nightwing. I would want
We literally
Nightwing.
all just went.
Yeah.
You
What?
bitch.
That's exactly what
was
you
that yours?
were
Are you
saying.
kidding me?
You took mine. Of course it's
I thought
Nightwing.
I thought that's who you were going to say you would like who you thought.
No, that's
That's
it.
what
Yeah.
Oh,
that's mine.
okay.
In a heartbeat, that's mine.
Shit.
I can come up with something else.
Well, no, you
though.
know, no.
No,
'cause-
it's what you
no, 'cause
truly want.
That's what he totally
That's
is.
fine. Like
We can both be Nightwing.
Yeah.
Let's be Nightwing together. Connor.
Awesome,
You
we're
and me.
Nightwing. Right.
Earth
Yeah.
1, Earth A.
There
Sure.
you go. Good job.
Sure.
That's how I
No,
always...
but like for like the reason.
Do I have to wear the stupid red suit?
Yes.
No.
No.
What do you want?
wearing
The
the-
blue suit?
Yes.
Of course.
That's the best suit. Are you
that
kidding?
yes.
No.
I'm not wearing the red suit.
Whatever.
I'm not wearing the red suit.
Do you want the classic Nightwing from like his early Teen Titans appearance?
No, I don't want
With,
that.
with the arm
Literally,
with
yeah.
the tassels.
Oh man, he looks like he's a disco.
Yes.
disco star. I
Oh
do
my
not
god.
want that.
He had the disco like collar
Yeah,
pop.
the huge collar, the one up to like his ears.
Yes. No.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
want that.
No. Blue suit.
Fantastic.
No, it's and yes, I know in the reality of it, being trained by Bruce Wayne would be absolute hell.
Yeah.
But like, I feel Nightwing kind of gets the best of the DC universe. He's trained by Batman, friends with Batman. He's friends with and is mentored by Superman. He's friends with all of the Titans and leads the Titans and gets to meet so many different people and learn and grow from them that he's one of the best leaders in the DC comics.
And doesn't die.
I mean, honestly,
Spoiler.
he lives the comic book fan boy's dream. He gets to meet and work with all these heroes while at the same time just being what he is.
And
That's fucking deep.
Yeah. And he's just I'll get into it when I answer my
Yeah.
question.
No. So like,
Oh, great.
Go ahead, do a combo.
So
Nightwing.
lead into that.
Nightwing.
So maybe do it like who we would think you would want if it's something different. Batman.
Yeah. I mean,
That was my first thought, but then I honestly thought Spider-Man.
Oh, I mean, either way.
Yeah.
Like, I think I identify the most with Spider-Man.
I guess that's what...
From a narrative standpoint, just
What
because-
if we thought someone was going to be?
Sure.
It would be Spider-Man.
It's probably why I like Spider-Man, the movies, the newish ones. With
The
Andrew.
amazing
yeah.
ones.
Yes, the amazing ones, because they didn't have him just be a hero who could just save the day.
Sure.
He was a kid who was dealing with problems, and he was like, I don't know that I can do this, and I was like, I identify with that because I feel like just
Sure.
a kid who's just stumbling through things all the
Sure.
time. Spider-Man, but Nightwing. Inside Baseball. I was going to ask a question. I was going to ask a question at some point in the podcast. Which fictional character do you like have a crush on? And not because of like the actor who plays them or whatever, but because of the character. And I was going to say Nightwing because I'm like full on actually in love with Nightwing. Sorry, Jim. So that's why I want to be Nightwing.
Yeah.
And also because he just like you said, he gets to be best friends with Batman and all these other heroes. And he's just like, he keeps his quippy attitude, or he's just funny and witty.
He is Nightwing. Like,
Yeah.
Batman is Batman, the Bruce Wayne is, but like literally, Dick Grayson is just Nightwing. The only difference is he puts on a suit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just a fun character.
That's a character trait that I like as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a fun character in especially the Batman universe where everyone's dark and broody and like all the other Robins, like every other Robin. Tim Drake is like second to Nightwing in happiness level, but
not anymore.
Well, rude. Sure. Jason Todd is just like, I'm dark, and Damian is just a brat, and Batman obviously is like, I'm Batman.
I am the father of brood.
But Nightwing's like, this will be fun. Let's go fight some guys. Like, this is cool. So I like that. That's why I'd be. I also would choose Professor Xavier in one of the alternate universes when he's not in a wheelchair.
Or not bald.
Just because, spoilers, I'm going to ask my question. But
Oh, okay.
later. I'm going to ask my question later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's your.
This is
All
some
right.
foreshadowing, I guess.
Well, I do think that I'm at a disadvantage because I honestly do believe there are less women in comic books.
Yeah, no.
What do you think the ratio is?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't mean like you have to be like. If
No,
it's a
I know,
man-
but
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna choose
Okay.
a woman because that is.
Yeah.
I'm all girl, and I like being an
Yeah.
all girl.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys would assume there's only 2 or like maybe 3 that I could assume that you think that I would pick. Don't you go first?
There's one that I think you would be, but I don't. It's not one that I'd be like, oh, you are this.
Okay.
Spider-Gwen.
That's exactly who I was gonna say.
There it
I would
is.
want to be.
There
but,
it is.
Dang it! I thought you for sure were gonna say that.
I was going to ask, does it have to be a hero?
Oh,
Yes.
what? Because you would have
Yes.
said
Poison
Mystique.
Ivy.
Yes, it
Oh, you
has-
would have
yes.
said Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
I thought you
Or
would have said
Mystique.
Mystique.
No,
Yeah.
past. Villain is next week.
It's a different
this,
question.
this is the
Oh,
question
okay.
in 2 parts.
Okay, I know what my answer is for next week.
Alrighty, well, I thought one of you would have said Wonder Woman, but
I thought that
fine.
was just too obvious.
I like comic book Wonder Woman. But yeah,
Spider-Man.
it's completely Spider-Gwen. I
Yes.
just really enjoy her backstory, except well, is Spider-Gwen like fully Gwen Stacy?
Yes.
I haven't read. Okay,
She
so
is part of the Spider-Verse. She's not from like the Prime universe.
It's, Yeah, it's an alternate universe, but it's
So,
that character. It's
does she have a baby with?
No,
That's
Okay.
Mary Jane.
Oh, I thought that was Gwen Stacy.
No,
that's Mary Jane.
It's Mary Jane.
Okay.
It's Mary Jane.
Then yeah,
Mary Jane
I am
and
fully.
Norman
I fully.
Osborn.
Yeah.
Not even Harry Osborn.
Yeah, not
It's
even Harry, it's
Norman,
Norman.
the old man. Willem Dafoe and Kirsten Dunst got it on.
Too bad it wasn't Shailene Woodley. That.
Oh
cunt.
man, yeah.
Beep.
I don't know.
You can
I
leave
don't
that
know.
in there.
It's raw. We're doing it raw.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they had the baby.
See you grown. I think that was awesome. That was great. I'm really happy that happened.
Anyway,
was a
yes,
pause, so I jumped
I
on
love
it.
the backstory. I love the flavor. I love everything about her personality and
Plus,
everything.
it's just like a fun It's just a fun thing. It's like, hey, Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
and Spider-Man. It's Spider-Gwen. There you
She
go.
was not him. Like it's just like an
Yeah.
interesting
Right.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
It's like a what if, but I think it's like in the main universe now or whatever. In some,
She's
it's still like alternate.
she's still alternate. Yeah,
It's still really fun though.
yeah. I
She
just,
is
I just
a book. She'll
enjoy
come
it.
over. Continuing
She'll come over.
book.
Yeah.
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 It's a really cool character, and I love the design.
And I like it because it's almost an like physically alter ego of myself, like complete opposite, which is something I also really enjoy.
Yeah.
But yep,
Cool.
That's fine.
Awesome. Spider-Gwen. All right. Does whatever Gwen can.
If I were to pick any hero, so these are any heroes, not necessarily from American canon,
Comic books.
comic books.
Now that doesn't mean like
What about manga?
comic
don't
books.
think manga
That's a complete.
classifies-
That's a
okay.
completely
Okay.
separate.
Just
genre.
making
Yeah.
sure, because I know who would be it, but in the realm of Western comics, I'd go with Deadpool
Nice.
because he has hit fuck it Honestly, it's partially that I identify with him, but also he is the personification of my favorite parts of that aspect of my personality. The ability to be clever, the ability to treat severity with levity because you hit that special place of fuck it.
Yeah. And some versions of Deadpool, you can, like, break the laws of the universe because you know you're in a
Because
story.
fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
He is meta. I love meta humor, and
Right.
he is literally created to be meta humor.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if, like, we were a gang and, like, had 2 Nightwings, Spider-Gwen, and
the Deadpool?
That would be just the weirdest mashup ever.
We should totally do a like D&D campaign where all the characters are like just heroes. You just import them and be like we'll figure out the stats based on like who the character is
Sure,
and everything.
yeah.
And we'd both be Nightwing and be like, seems unbalanced. I don't know about this.
We have to roll for who's like New 52.
No.
No. We just are like both
If
simultaneously.
I were to play a
Because if it was New
Deadpool,
Give me
52,
twins.
then spoilers for New 52, one of us would die. But it wouldn't last.
Yeah.
if I were to put Deadpool into like a D&D format, his charisma would be a -10, not because he would have low charisma, -10 in the fact that it's like anti-10, because he has high charisma, but he's also an asshole, and people don't like him.
And ugly.
Well, yeah.
The facial thing.
He looked
Yeah,
like an
he's ugly.
avocado had sex with an older avocado.
And not like nice sex, like hate fucking.
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
Glad that we
Good-
did it.
good
That
question.
That was fun. I'm
So what's
glad
your
I-
question?
My question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? I know, it's a classic. I'm gonna revert back to the basics. So, any superpower, and you can feel free to, like, tweak this. Feel free to be like, oh, I want this powered, but...
Okay,
like
so
this.
we don't. So then
It doesn't have to be a conventional,
Okay.
like, it can be, you can twist it on its head or whatever.
Sure.
So, mine is kind of cop-outy answer, and I've been saying it for years. Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Because if you had telekinesis, one, you could just be lazy, you could just do whatever you want, and like things would be so much easier. You'd just be able to be like, oh, I can't reach that thing. Yes, I can reach whatever I want. Also, literally any other superpower you can use through like bending of telekinesis rules. Like if I want to fly, I can lift myself up. If for some reason the telekinesis that you have doesn't support that, you can lift dirt off the ground and surround yourself with it and then push yourself up and fly. You can mess with people's brains because that's just chemistry, that's physical, that's something that happens inside your head. And if you obviously practice at it super hard, you could change the way people think. So if you want to go invisible, just be like, you don't see me now. Like that's just, I'm changing the way light is bending with your eyes. And any superpower you can have if you have telekinesis and you like really hone it, be very specific. So that's it, because it's really cop-outy. And I just really want to be like, I try not to be a lazy person. I don't hate movement or exercise or any of that.
That's a bull-faced lie.
No, it's true. I went out running just today. And then, so it's some things are just, they just feel arbitrary. Like, if that cup over there was like a couple inches closer, I could just grab it. But because it's there, I have to like get up and go around a thing or whatever. And it's just like, I'm just there. It's done. I have it now. So I don't know. It's just be nice. Plus, you could actually like go out and do superhero stuff in the real world. Because any bullets, you could just be no bullets. Nice.
if your powers were fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Well, I imagine with telekinesis, it would operate at the same efficiency as the human brain.
Sure.
Like
So-
just reaction time.
So
wise.
as long as you knew someone was going to pull the trigger, you'd be fine.
Right, as
Yeah.
long as
Right.
you see it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, a sniper shot to the back of the head is a sniper shot to the back of the head.
I mean, I could like go full like
Limitless.
Superman
Yeah.
powers, limitless, where it's like force field, like just create a barrier of energy around me at all times, and I don't have to be on point with it. So there it is. What about you? What's up?
We talked about this the other day when we went to the Renaissance Festival,
Yeah.
and we impromptu asked this question to everybody that was in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with mine. I said charisma. Because
Super charisma. But then you said like maybe not charisma because that's a ability score. You said you like persuasion.
yeah, just the complete ability to like charm the pants off of somebody
Yeah.
or change their mind on something.
So,
It
like,
would be yours.
Killgrave, where if you make a suggestion, they will do it every time?
For as long as I want them to, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's an intense power.
Yeah.
That's a
I I think
And
every
a
woman
great
wants that
show.
power. So I'm just going to go with that.
Probably.
Most women have that power. Zing!
It's true.
Sex joke. Yeah. Da 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 da.
What's yours then, huh?
Let's see. Superpower, I'd have to go with healing factor. And I mean like Deadpool level ridiculous healing factor.
Yeah.
Because I imagine getting shot in the face.
Wolverine has.
Alright, so
like, which...
this is something I've been thinking
He
about.
set his drink down and he leaned forward. It's like, all right, here we go. I have
Well,
to get
I
into
was
this.
something
just
I thought
wondering.
about.
Explain it to
This
me.
is something I thought about recently. So Wolverine, right? He has a healing factor and he heals extremely fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like immediate almost.
But there's not been evidence to say if you decapitate Wolverine, he would heal from it.
Oh.
The idea is that he has
There.
adamantium bones, so you can't decapitate him.
Actually, in the comics, they pretty much say if you decapitate him, he's done.
Right. As to where Deadpool, he frequently loses most of his body parts.
And
Yeah.
throws them
And
back.
it's no big deal.
He's been no more than like missed a few times, and he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm like, whatever. That's a Tuesday. How are you?
Mist pool.
Okay.
What?
He goes from mist pool to
Yeah,
back to
missed
Deadpool.
pool to Deadpool. Wow.
Yeah, so that level of ridiculous healing factor. I was gonna say to possess the Infinity Gauntlet and literally control the fabric of reality, but that's not a superpower.
I
That's
was
an
going to
item.
say, I question if that's a superpower or if that's
Right,
like just,
that's just
an
an
object that
item.
you have, where you're still just
Yeah.
Jordan. the
I mean,
schlep.
if I could bend reality, oh boy, would I!
Yeah. Yeah.
Flight.
Why?
Because Superman has it.
What's wrong?
No, not
with you,
because
Connor?
you. Well,
I don't want to flight shame on this podcast, but
That's exactly what's happening
yeah, it's,
right
it's
now.
pretty much going
We're
on.
not saying you need to defend your opinion, but defend your opinion.
Uh,
Do you know how many X-Men
I
are on my
was
team that can
attract-
fly and do something else?
I was attracted originally to Superman, like as a character, because he could fly.
Uh-huh.
I've always wanted like flight, and I don't know because there's something. I mean, liberating and just I don't know. Like there are so many times where I've like walked outside, like, and particularly it's always like at night that like the wind catches. I'm just like, if I could just fly to work.
I actually do understand.
If like it's a perfect night, I wish I could like bend my legs a little bit and lift off and just fly to work.
that'd be nice.
Plus, you'd save so much money on gas.
So much money, I guess. Now, I will tweak it. When I fly, there is an invisible, like, kinetic field that is around my body.
Bugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get you.
Bugs.
It's not a separate superpower. It comes with the flight. When I
Sure.
fly, that also happens.
You just have
It's just
do that. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Or you could just fly with the motorcycle helmet.
Or if you could just fly high enough, there's no bugs up there.
Or if you could just fly
Sometimes
in
you
an
wanna, like,
alternate universe
swoop
with no
in.
bugs.
Okay,
Like-
okay.
I don't know.
You
could
high
dress
five
I gotta land at some point.
high five some orphans on the street as you're flying by.
You could dress like a biker and just.
It's hot.
Ghost Rider.
I mean, you have all that wind.
True. Yeah.
So I realized I didn't tie it together. I said Professor X, but without the wheelchair, because I don't want to be in a wheelchair. Who wants that? Sorry to all our wheelchair-enabled listeners, but I don't. I want to, like, he has to.
Alex,
What?
We are all
What?
wheelchair enabled. Anyone can operate a wheelchair if they have two arms.
Not those fancy high-tech wheelchairs that you have to, like, learn how to move the things, where you blow into a straw or something.
Now you're just kidding.
Okay.
Stop.
Just shut up.
Stop.
Nothing wrong with that.
Apparently, since you don't want to be like them.
I don't want to be in a wheelchair. Is that a crime?
This is gonna be cut, right?
I know,
whole
seriously, this
section's gonna
has to be
cut,
gone.
right?
I feel like there's nothing offensive with saying I don't want to be in a wheelchair.
Whatever.
I
Okay.
concur. I
Anyway.
think that's perfectly fine.
Are
Yeah.
we done?
That
that
was
question?
that was my question. It's your...
On the last one. That's
All right.
For sure. Okay.
It.
Mine is kind of a two-part
Are we
question.
still recording?
Are we?
It's still red.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. I'm really paranoid.
Mine is a two-part question. The first part is, what television show do you wish would have kept going? And which television
your answer,
series...
I know your answer.
I know all of your answers.
Yeah.
Or at least your two. And which television show do you think went on way too long and needs to die?
Know exactly what that is. All right.
Mine...
I know yours.
Do you?
Well, not now because you said that. And now I'm all thrown off. I think I know what yours was. If you don't take this, I will. Go.
Okay,
Say it.
okay. The TV show that I wish would have kept going is Freaks and Geeks.
That's it. That was what I was.
Because we've been rewatching it and it is such gold.
It is.
It is so funny in a way that I've never seen before.
TV shows and movies don't get high school right.
And this definitely
Freaks and
does.
Geeks is what high school is like. Even it's set in 1980, which I always think means it's like an 80s show.
It's not.
It's a 70s show.
It's 81 to 82. That's what years it took
Right,
place in.
but like all that they've known has been the 70s, so everything's styled after like the 70s, even though...
No, I agree. Freaks and Geeks was a fantastic, like, that was hyper-realism of high school.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But not so much so that it was fake. It was
Right.
just...
I haven't seen Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, you
you
yourself
have
a
to.
favor.
It's
I haven't seen
so
it.
funny.
You won't like it.
I won't?
You won't.
Maybe not.
Why?
It's actors you like not doing great.
Oh.
No, the actors do a great job.
Well,
What are you talking
except
about?
maybe like... Well, yeah. I think they all do a good job at the characters they have.
Maybe it's just me knowing what they are now, looking back and saying, "Oh, you get so much better." But
But
I don't
that's
know.
the exciting part.
Yeah, look at them like they're actual just teenagers in a high school, and that's like how
That's exactly how they would have acted.
That's how I acted. That's what my behaviors were. That's what
You were
like, my friends
completely
were.
Bill. It's not even funny.
It is an amazing show. Like,
Oh, okay. I've wanted to watch it.
starring such actors as Jason Segel and Seth Rogen and James Franco.
and it's like the
and that guy
it's
from
like the-
Bones.
Yeah. It's like the first Judd Apatow joint, which I was surprised to learn.
It's got what's her face? Anne.
Oh, Rashida,
Jones, yeah.
in a single episode where she plays a character named Karen. Funny.
And who's also a whore.
Okay.
She's
So
not.
that stuck with
Wow.
She's not. She's just
Wow.
Real mean. She's real
Okay.
mean.
Oh.
her. It,
Shots
did
fired.
it not in The Office?
No,
Yes, she's a whore.
she's not.
Whatever. Anyway, the
I
TV
guess that
show,
conversation's
the
ended.
TV show that I think has gone on absolutely way too long, Grey's Anatomy, has gone on absolutely too long. When you look back at the first season and you go, none of these characters are alive anymore, it's gone on too
What?
long.
Okay, spoilers by the way. But why does a hospital?
Wait.
He's only on season 5. But yes, why does the hospital employ so many people that keep dying?
Have an
But
employee
but-
death rate.
Yeah, no,
Mortality
right.
rate.
Why does a hospital have a physician mortality rate?
Yeah.
yeah, seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
Because some writers can't write drama, so they just kill people.
Or actors are just like, I'm
Tell me
so
it's not
done
dramatic
playing
when
this
a character
character.
dies. Tell me it's not dramatic when a character dies.
Depends on the character.
Yeah, it really does.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
those are mine.
That's a good one. I just want to backtrack. I disagree. I think Grey's Anatomy should be like just this secretly nobody's paying attention, so it just goes on forever. So literally, like Meredith Grey is like long gone by this time, and and the show just keeps just doing like these weird left hand chain, and they like go to space and then like time travel. I just want to see a show go so long that it's like this is nonsense. Like this is pure just gibberish that they're going through, and I love it. So I'm really excited to see what where the show like.
If they would have ended after a certain character passed
I'm gonna
on,
do a different show.
Okay.
it would have been just such a good, sweet, like Breaking Bad. Okay, this is the story. I'm
Yeah.
done telling it, and
Yeah.
that's
Point A
it.
to point B.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's fine. Jordan.
Well, I'll start with shows that I think should be over because it's
Show. That should be over. You can only pick one.
guys throw shade at an entire genre of show.
Sure.
I think soap operas are just a train wreck.
That's basically what Grey's Anatomy is a soap
Right.
opera.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. I
because,
think
like-
they should go on for super long and they just get real weird. I love that.
General Hospital, All My Children's Days, Lives, whatever.
Wait, hang on. That's Grey's Anatomy, right?
Basically.
Essentially,
ER.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those shows are just utter bad writing, phoned-in acting nonsense. I'm not going to say that the actors are bad or that the writers are bad, but they're not trying very hard. And these shows have gone on
Because
for
they've
like
gone on for so
10,
long.
15 years. Like, it's not worth that. It's all just nonsense. Watch a good show. Watch a show that's crafted.
Yeah. And then when you just want some nonsense, you watch one of those garbage shows.
No,
I don't like watching like the early seasons of those soap operas because it's all like they're trying to be serious and then it's just bad. But once everyone gives up and they're just like, I don't know. He has like 5 twin brothers that show up all at the same time, and then they have a gladiator fight. I'm like, this is awesome. I love this. This is so fun.
Yeah, for someone who wants to see Grey's Anatomy go down that road, you might as well just watch All My Children.
I should. I should.
No, don't. It's awful. But
Okay.
that's what
I remember being 7, and in the course of like 3 months, because my mother watched soap operas at the time, I watched an episode where a character died. I watched another episode where they came back and died again. And then I happened across a scene where they returned for like the 5th time.
Yeah.
It was like, Mom, I was a child. Like, I'm talking 7.
Enough.
Mom, that doesn't make sense.
Mom, I have a question for you. When this character dies, do you feel sad? Like, do you believe that this is happening, or are you just like...
I mean, killing off a character just to bring him back is silly unless it's a major, like, it's acceptable with Jesus, and everyone else is just a waste of time.
Or being Jesus.
So, the show that
You
should have gone on.
Oh, Jesus.
You knew this was coming.
The show of Jesus, okay.
I know. This is actually really hard for me because I don't like to say the show should go on because if they go on, they have the chance to go badly.
Yeah,
as to where the
that's
shows I
true.
like ended well.
Yeah.
That's why we want more
I-
episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want more Parks and Rec. I think it was a great show and ended
I think
very
it
well.
went on one season too long.
I love the last season.
I would love to say
You're the one. Yeah.
I would love to say Arrested Development, but I haven't finished it, so I don't know what the
That's
ending
okay.
is.
You're not.
But
Never mind.
I will instead say a show that I hope continues, since I don't have one that's been canceled. There's a show called Empire, which was founded on the premise of a Shakespeare play, and it incorporates original music. And I haven't seen it, and I don't really keep up with it, but I really support what it is and what it's doing. And I hope it continues. I want them to be really big, so that one day, when they finally are canceled, I can go on a streaming website and watch it all.
You can start now.
I could, but man.
You'd get to the end so quick and be like, I need more.
Right, they're only like 2 seasons in, so I'd be like, damn it.
Your turn.
So,
Are you going to get to the elephant in the room, or...
no, I'm gonna pick a different one.
Okay.
So I'll start with the show that I think went on a little too long. Now, this is a show I love this show. Law and Order SVU.
Oh, yes,
I love that show.
absolutely.
And that's the thing,
Great.
that is a show because the characters were so well written, that they were so well acted, and because of police procedural, it could go on for a long time.
Right.
The second Elliot Stabler left,
I agree. It
they
was done.
it's like the writers also went, well, who gives a fuck? We're
Yeah.
still going to be on the air anyway.
Yeah.
And the show just,
Bombed.
like, it's...
My favorite episode is the one with Matthew Lillard in it.
Uh-huh.
I love that episode.
It's the show that I have sat and watched episodes after he left, and it is objectively bad writing, bad acting.
May I throw out an opinion as to why?
Sure.
So, they had they have a lot of great characters, but they had their main 2 characters, without a doubt, were Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson.
Yeah.
Well, they had this great character of Elliot Stabler, but they really, in the earlier seasons, focused on Olivia Benson.
Yeah.
And developed this strong, gritty woman coming into this, like, she became a hardened woman in a profession where she was literally chasing down sex offenders.
And I think in the first episode there said, oh yeah, tour of duty in an SVU,
Right.
in a special victims unit, is like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, all of them stayed past that, so that says something about them.
And so we're seeing this story, her coming of... we'll call it a coming-of-age story, because that's about the closest I could relate it to. But then that kind of... They told that story. She was now a developed character. They reached that spot. And so they kind of shifted gears, and they had it in there before, but then they really highlighted Elliot Stabler and the family life.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he left, they had already finished telling the story of Olivia Benson, and they're just trying to squeeze more out of it, and it's just not there.
Yeah, it's just not good. And, like, I like the fact that in that universe she's now, like, in charge of the unit
Right.
and everything, but they could have just done that when LA left. Like, it's... So, the show that I'm going to say should have aired, and I think you just saw it when you looked at your... I'm going to say Dollhouse. Yeah, you're looking at me like...
So, I guess I'll just throw it out there. I was going to have this bit where I was like, there's just a show that was aired by Joss Whedon. Everyone knows about it. It's a super popular show. It aired on Fox, but it was like out of sequence, and everyone was, it's Dollhouse, you guys. That was a really good show. And then I was going to be like, isn't that funny how I wasn't saying the thing that everyone thinks, but then you went and screwed that pooch.
Yeah.
Dollhouse.
Had sex with that small animal.
Though I understand why it was.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually understand why it was, but I could understand
I do.
at least from a network perspective why the show was canceled. It was a bit too heady.
Yeah.
It took a little longer than necessary to get to like the point of the show. Not that I don't think the show did know what it was. I think they know what they did, but they wanted to take their time, and it was just a little too long for an audience, I think.
Yeah.
Especially looking at the other shows at the time that were on the Fox network, it was just stuff that you could just get in super quickly and just, yeah, it's a good show. It's a good science fiction.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Like not realistic, but realistic, like grounded in like a modern reality science fiction story. It says a lot about identity and personal identity, and
it definitely needed more of a chance.
Yes, I think it did too. So that's fine. It only lasted 2 seasons, but it's super good.
Yes.
Can I recant on my previous selection for one that needs to go on? Because it hit me afterwards. The Newsroom. That show was fantastic. The love child of Aaron Sorkin and the talent of Jeff Daniels. That was one of the great shows, and I still love it. I'll probably watch the entire series like 8 more times because there's only 3 seasons. I feel like that's a show where they had more stories to tell, but they didn't get the chance because they were canceled. Because they weren't afraid to be blatantly honest. And I love
have
that.
Opinions and
I love getting away from the concept of, well, what's correct for television, and just saying, no, I'm a writer, I'm going to write my story.
Well, that, and when you have a show on HBO that isn't Game of Thrones and is very not Game of Thrones, people are just going to be like, well, I'm just going to wait for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm watching this not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's the big deal?
I think it was a shame that it ended as soon as it did, and I really wish it would have gone on for like 7 or 8 seasons, because I think they would have stayed strong.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the show that I think goes on for too long, The X-Files. Because that's a show that started to betray its ideals as it went on, and it was like, here's what this show is, and it's not so much just like, because there's entropy with the show where it goes and it just gets weird and weird and then weirder and weirder, and then there's a show that like hits a point where they're like, we're done, we don't have any more story to tell, how can we make more show? Let's just make new stuff that doesn't make any sense, that's just random, that's just there for the sake of drawing an audience, and that's what the X-Files did.
So what do you think of the new episodes? Does it just continue that weirdness, or did it reboot and do
the new
something else?
X-Files I think was solid. It doesn't continue where the nonsense, like the last 2 seasons of the previous show, because that was like had a different cast. Like the original 2, well, they were in the show but not as much, and it was just it was just like a different group of people that they were following. And this is back to Scully and Mulder, and they're the focus. And there are some episodes that are just gold. Like there's this one episode where there's like this were monster.
I haven't seen the new
You should watch
X-Files, so I'm really excited to.
You should watch
I'd watch it, I'd watch it.
Did they get renewed for a second go, or
I don't know. I haven't heard yet.
Okay.
I really hope they did, because they ended on a cliffhanger. Spoilers.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just hate that. I don't think shows should end, especially a first season, on a cliffhanger. You can end season 2 on a cliffhanger and season 3 and everything. You can't end your first season on, and I regard this as a first season. Yeah. So the X-Files, because that show just stopped being what it was about.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if How I Met Your Mother ended after the first season?
That's another good answer. I think there are a lot of shows that go on for too long. There are fewer shows.
I was going to do an honorable mention. I think that, and I don't even know if you guys have watched this show, but Roseanne went on like 2 seasons too long, because at the end it just got batshit fucking
Speaking of
crazy.
How I Met Your Mother, Stella is in that show.
Yeah,
just
okay,
randomly.
second Becky. We don't need to talk about her.
Second Becky?
Yeah. Because she's
that her
not
name?
she's not the original person who plays Becky.
Oh, they dare her?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And they make that joke in the show.
Do they?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
Talking about How I Met Your Mother, though,
Yeah.
though I do think it went on a couple seasons too long,
Yeah.
I really liked the last season.
You freaking.
You are a
last
last season liker.
You know, no.
Except
If it's
for Arrested
good,
Development.
If it's good, yes. If the writers go, you know what, this is our last season. We want to either do something new or we want to like really end it on these different way. Fine, sure. But there are plenty of shows where the last season is utter crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at you, Smallville.
Smallville.
Can we ever get away from Superman?
My God, that oh. Anyway,
All right, so shows that should have gone on longer than they have.
Drop
Russell
ball.
T Davies should have had a longer run on Doctor Who.
yes,
It-
but I
he
would say
left-
only by 1 year.
I mean, who's to say how long he could have kept it going for? When the 10th Doctor left, it was at the peak of his popularity. It was also at the peak of Russell T Davies' popularity. But we don't know that peak wouldn't go out and
Sure,
extend.
yeah.
We
Is that
could've-
your favorite Doctor?
The 10th?
Yes.
Yes. Very much so.
Yes.
I really like the 11th. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like an 11 hater. He's probably like second or third.
What number are we on?
12.
12.
Oh, okay.
13.
I thought no.
Shut your mouth.
I
Though
thought- I
technically,
thought we were-
yes, no.
I thought we were all on the same page. I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
10 is my Doctor, and I feel
Was that
like
your first Doctor?
yes.
That's why. Was
Yeah,
that your
same.
first Doctor?
Yeah.
No, 9 was my first Doctor. I actually saw it from the beginning.
Oh, you're like one of those rare birds.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like their first Doctor?
Like
Yours was
I,
11,
like I,
so-
sta-
Mine
I
is
watched
definitely
it
11.
in 2005 when the BBC
I
first became a
I think
thing.
I actually like 9 more than I like 10.
Huh. That's cool.
But I still like 11 the best.
yeah.
Anyway,
I just feel like that could have, and I want to have like an honorable mention to Arrested Development because I feel like it fits into both categories.
Yeah. no, totally though. It does.
yes, you're right. You're right. It does.
If they had done like season 3 and then season 4 and 5 and gone on, it would have been beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
It would have been like we
But
had
they
this great
just
show.
ended on the crap.
But it-
that is season 4.
Well, yeah, exactly. They like got ended too soon, so I wish it would have gone on longer. But then years later, we did get more, and it wasn't the worst garbage I've ever seen because it wasn't Fantastic Four, but it was just real.
That's a movie, not a TV show.
I know. Believe me, I will never forget about that horrible piece of film. But that fourth season was just not what I wanted. That wasn't Arrested Development.
that was something trying to be Arrested Development really, really bad.
And it's weird because it's like all the same people that worked on that show were back. It's like they just lost it.
But they did what tried something new and it failed. So.
Yeah, I think the main problem. Well, I think the two biggest problems were one, they just weren't together. Like they had so many. Like here's what this character was doing. Which maybe if they had like a season 5, that would be fixed. But also, Michael Bluth was not likable, even though he had
in any way.
No, right, exactly. He had problems in the first 3 seasons. He wasn't a perfect character. He wasn't a Gary Sue. Like he was stuck up. He wanted to be the leader, but you still liked him because he was just a
you were
likable
on
guy.
his side,
exactly.
even when he was wrong.
And in
yeah.
season 3, 4, he just I can't really put my finger on why that is.
Do you think? Because I've thought about this a little bit. Do you think that's because they wanted Michael's character, like what he was for the story, to switch over to George Michael?
That is possible. Yeah, they wanted him to be the straight
The
man.
new straight
Right.
man.
Yeah.
And so had they continued, it would be much more
Okay.
about that character being the straight character because they're older a little bit.
Wow,
and-
what a hard thing for them to try to achieve.
but you know what?
really.
Michael Cera is fucking horrible.
It's not a straight
He's not
character.
horrible.
In that season.
I don't think he did a bad
Oh.
job.
I haven't seen.
I don't
that.
like Michael Cera really at all, but I don't mind him in Arrested Development because they kind of wrote it for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only character he's ever played.
He's not bad at Scott Pilgrim because he is Scott Pilgrim.
I love Scott.
Anything
Fantastic.
else, I'm just like, I don't care. I just don't care what you do.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've never seen Michael Cera play any other character.
Right.
So
Do you mean? Hold on. Do you mean you've never seen another movie with him in it, or if you?
No,
do you
I
mean
have. He plays the exact
Michael
same
Cera?
character. Juno,
Michael.
Superbad,
Yeah.
all of them. Same. It's
Well, I
basically
mean,
Michael Cera.
he gets cast to be that. If
So
you write
does
that
Jesse
character, he's your
Eisenberg
person.
until.
I mean, a ton of. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say until. I would say it was an extension of that in that kind of style.
Yeah, it was like crazy
Like,
Jesse Eisenberg.
The Jesse Eisenberg role that I think is different than most, I would say, was
Social Network.
I was actually going to say
pretty
Now You
disgusting.
See Me. I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
that's
I haven't
true.
seen
I
the
haven't
sequel,
seen it.
but he
Yeah.
plays the level of confidence the character has, because Jesse Eisenberg kind of rules this area of guy that has confidence but doesn't actually have confidence.
Sure.
Okay.
Wherein I think in that movie he actually has confidence and shows it. And
May I pose an interesting thought that struck me while we were talking about Michael Cera and Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
They are the same character type, but it's the difference between a heady character and a heart-driven character.
yeah,
Jesse Eisenberg is a heady version of that character. Michael Cera is a very
Heart.
hard-on-the-sleeve version of
That
it.
is
Yes,
true, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I just think...
different colors of the same character type.
Yeah, it
It's
just
like-
hit me. I was like, that's
Yes,
awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. Was that all the questions?
That
and
was.
Peeves? Wow,
Yeah.
that went by fast.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Sad to see it go. Well, this has been
I have a story. I'm
season
just kidding.
2.
Can we pose a bonus question
Yes,
for our
bonus
season
question.
premiere?
Dun
Bonus
dun.
question.
An
Get it.
extension
Dun dun.
of Connor's question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go around the table,
Yeah.
and
Talk about why
everyone...
we hate ourselves.
Are you going
So,
first,
like-
or am I going first?
You.
Yes and no.
Jordan.
So, like, for example,
What?
I will be the subject, and you guys go around and say what hero you think I would be in reality, and then we move on to Connor, and it's the three
We
of us.
kind of did that, but yeah. Let's,
Yeah, but
we
like an
didn't do it
official,
for
like,
everybody.
with... That'd
like,
be fun.
like if you were to be in comic universe,
Right, which hero
Who
would
would
you
you
be?
be? Okay.
Yeah, but it's not your opinion.
It's
everyone else's.
It's our opinion. The three others that
Yeah.
are talking. Okay,
yeah.
This will be fun.
ready?
Go first. Then.
Go. We get to pick Jordan's.
I don't know.
What do I think Jordan would be?
You'd definitely be some X-Men. That's what I think.
Hero or villain?
Either or.
No. We're picking
Doctor
heroes.
Otto.
Oh yeah, heroes. We'll do.
We're picking heroes this week.
I think
Because I was gonna say, if it's villain, I know the character.
Yeah. That's just because
That is exactly who I was thinking
Yeah.
too.
I feel like you would want to classify him as hero.
And he
I mean,
does.
I consider him an anti-hero,
Yeah.
but that's just one man's opinion.
That you can't pick what he wants. We get to pick.
But that's the thing, though. Like, we just happen to agree.
Yeah,
Like,
like you're pretty doomy.
I don't agree. I think you're very much a Scott Summers type of person.
Yeah, you do have some Scott Summers
But-
in you.
if he gave more of a shit, sure.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. So you're kind of a Wolverine.
You're more
Because you
like
don't give quite as much shit.
you're more like Alex Summers.
Yeah. What the hell?
So
Definitely good one.
cool.
All right.
We did it.
All right, Quaffmans.
All right.
Professor Xavier. No.
Honestly, yeah. I would.
What do you think,
I'm
Algernon?
thinking Beast.
What? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
see
That's
it.
who I was. That's how. Yeah.
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 We're all picking it.
Yep.
The
Wait. Whoa. Which time period?
I don't care.
Doesn't
The
matter.
The one where he's a
original.
scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's yeah.
So all of them.
Sure.
The academic, the social advocate,
The professor. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the one that's you.
Yeah.
The Kelsey Grammer.
Yes, exactly.
Kelsey
The
Grammer,
Kelsey
Yeah,
Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So
Spider-Man. I just can't see past it. I don't know
Um,
why.
Sure. Wow, this is
I'm
uncomfortable.
not-
Everyone's
I'm
like
not-
analyzing me.
yeah.
I don't like this.
That or man,
It
this is
sounded like
really
you had
hard.
something.
Yeah, I did have something, but
I'm
then
gonna go with Barry Allen.
Martian Manhunter.
What?
No. Sorry.
What? Sorry?
Sorry. I meant Dr. Manhattan. I was thinking
whoa.
incorrectly.
Dr. Manhattan, that's
We came up with
Mr.
three
Mr.
very
I know.
different heroes.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll-
Okay.
I'll
Mr.
take it.
Yeah, I'll
Fantastic.
take
I'll
that.
take
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta stand by Dr. Manhattan.
I don't know Barry Allen that well, so I cannot make a comment. Just not a Flash fan, really.
So no, because I see you as someone who stands by logic more than social interaction, and to
Yeah.
me that's just very Dr. Manhattan. That detachment.
Jody knows that that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I be on my phone when I'm bored? Even if I'm like in public with people. I'm bored. I want to be
It's
on my
not
phone.
socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's
And
dumb.
it's rude.
It's dumb.
Thank you. I love you.
Rude is dumb.
You're rude.
So, yes, I
It's
take
not
it.
about what you want us to
So
talk
you're
like
taking Mr.
everybody.
Fantastic?
Yeah.
Is
I'll
that
take
who you're
both.
taking? Okay.
Fantastic or
Those were all good.
Yeah.
Good ones.
Yes. Jody. Hot girl.
You
Hot girl.
Oh, yuck.
Are you kidding me? She is awesome.
No, I don't really like her.
You...
Doesn't make it not true.
Let's say,
Okay.
a sense of morality that you stand
Thanks,
by
I'm glad
to
you guys think
the
I'm awesome.
death.
That is true.
That's true.
Yeah, hot girl.
Do you guys know what amethyst is? You
Yes.
probably do.
That's my favorite stone.
Oh, she's a great character. Yeah, she's
I don't
very,
even know
like...
who that is. Yeah.
She's just, like, very...
What's she in?
DC, she's, she's not really in, like, the Justice League or anything. She's just... Titans?
Titans.
Yeah. She's kind of around a lot. She was in Future's End.
Yep.
She was awesome in Future's End. Yeah, she's cool.
If Jordan hadn't said hot girl, what would you have said?
Hot girl.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta read some hot girl, I guess.
Not from the comics, from the Justice League
Animated
Oh.
series.
like the DCAU version
Okay.
of Hot Girl.
Well, I can look
She
that
is.
up.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her.
Sweet.
She is.
I'm so touched you guys think I'm awesome.
Well, you haven't read Amethyst yet. No, I'm just kidding. She's the best. She's the best.
Nice. All right. Good job.
Nice job. Yeah, that was cool. That was fun.
That was a fun little bonus.
Y'all can look us up. We're on Twitter. We have a Twitter. It's Twitter. We have
It's
a thing
Peeves
too.
and Q
Who knows our
podcast.
twits?
Peeve, isn't it Peeve and Q
Yeah.
pod or something?
Something. You can find it by that.
I'm at Mr. spelled out the long way, Red 2342. That's Mr. Red 2342. You can email the podcast too.
At peevesandcubepodcast@gmail.com.
That.
Yes.
There's a lot.
With your questions.
It's been a while. Yeah, send us some questions because we are on thin
Eventually,
ice at this point.
eventually, we're gonna run out. We
Right.
need somebody else's.
Yes.
So, guys, what's like your opinion on stuff?
So,
Yeah.
guys, what do you think? Like, if you were to say what kind of rock you are?
Yeah.
Amethyst.
No, not birthstone. I mean, like igneous or like,
Oh, metamorphic. Come on.
yeah.
Amethyst. A gemstone.
Whatever's at the bottom of the ocean.
Gemstone. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me.
Bedrock.
So
Yes.
the podcast Twitter is Peeves and Q's. It's exactly how it sounds. I'll do it this once and never again. It's PEEVES. So Peeves. AND. The letter Q and then the letter S. Peeves and Q's. It's simple. We kill the Batman.
Very good.
All right, and I don't know if I have the email.
I just told you what it was. At peevesandcubepodcast@gmail.com. Try it. See if it works.
Get a hold of us, because we don't have original ideas anymore. So.
We don't have friends.
Yeah.
Are they looking for you on Twitter?
No.
No, I don't tweet either. Are they looking for
I
you on
don't
Twitter?
do the twits.
Okay. I don't think we have a Facebook or anything, so just
Eventually we will.
Hit us
Keep
up.
Keep looking.
guys, this was awesome. Let's shut it down.